ID, call forwarding, call waiting, and call blocking.
I think it's time you cut the blue wire.
Cut the blue wire. Save up to $250 on your phone features with RevVoice. Get RevVoice. Save money.
Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight, police investigating the circumstances surrounding the deaths of 2 men on 2 separate islands. Is there progress on the sale of Baha Mar? The latest on the Bahamian college basketball player in the Final Four tonight, and how staying fit as you age can pay off. Welcome to our news. I'm Christina McNeil. Thanks for joining us. Topping news tonight, an elderly man found dead after a house fire in Williamstown, Exuma earlier this morning. Details are still coming in about this incident as police are seeking to determine the circumstances surrounding the man's death. A team of investigators from the Fire Services Department and the Central Detective Unit are on the island of Exuma assisting with the investigation. We will have more details in a later newscast. And police are also investigating the death of a man who became the country's latest traffic fatality Friday evening. Police say shortly after 6 p.m., a man was driving a Mitsubishi Mirage in the area of Lower Bogue, Eleuthera, when he reportedly lost control of his vehicle. Reports are the vehicle collided in nearby bushes. The driver was pronounced dead at the scene. Officers of the Police Traffic Department are on Eleuthera assisting in that investigation. As the Baha Mar Convention Center is set to host the meeting of the Inter-American Development Bank next week, the future of the multi-billion-dollar resort property is still up in the air. But Prime Minister Perry Christie is hopeful that will soon change. The Prime Minister yesterday telling our news that he expects discussions with the China Export-Import Bank and the construction company to pick up next week.
What is clear to me is that they are going through a process of identifying a buyer, and they are fast forwarding that. We have had visitations from potential buyers who've come in to ask whether the government will give the same concessions, and so we've been kept aware of what is taking place.
The resort's luxury rooms sit unoccupied after most of the staff was sent home. Recently, Prime Minister Christie says he met with the ambassador for China in an attempt to forge a way forward.
We had some positions that we gave to him and that we felt that the government of China could assist us, because the idea is still to try and get construction to resume.
While Baha Mar is still a work in progress, Christie says the government is working to fulfill other economic promises his administration has made.
We know that development is taking place in Bimini and Abaco and Eleuthera and Exuma, and these are matters that we've reached a stage now where you will find we begin to implement. You begin to see a spade go into the ground. And so that's where we are now. It took a long time to reach this point.
More than 2,000 employees were laid off by Baha Mar last October as joint provisional liquidators were appointed to implement a redundancy plan. Prime Minister Christie has remained optimistic about the future of the Cable Beach Resort. Well, the Central Council of the Free National Movement has announced that the party's full national convention will take place November 15th through the 19th. The announcement was made Friday evening, noting that party leader Dr. Hubert Minnis is focused on the critical issues affecting the Bahamian people. According to a statement, the Central Council also announced that an election for the post of chairman will be held on Monday if necessary. The process of filling that role began on Thursday as nominations were opened. F&M Deputy Chairman Brensel Roll is acting chairman. Michael Pintard stepped down as party chairman and senator after he was named in a recent Peter Nygaard-Louis Bacon controversy. Party leader Dr. Minnis also found himself linked to the Nygaard-Bacon scandal after he admitted to meeting with alleged gang members.